Gary Bunzer here, folks, the RV doctor from the floor of the 89th Family Reunion, FMCA in Perry, Georgia. I'm here with my good buddy, Robert Henderson. Robert, we've known each other quite a few years in this industry, haven't we?
Yeah, it's we don't want to admit it, but yeah, it's going back a ways now. So.
Well, one of the things that you explained to me earlier was this thing called RPA, and it got me excited. Tell the folks what RPA is.
RPA stands for the Road Performance Assessment. When we first started doing motorhomes, we found out we would do one coach one day, do the same exact chassis another day, different coach body, and we got different results. And
Interesting.
we hated unmet expectations. So we had to find out what is the common denominator of good motor coach handling. We discovered there's basically 7 key elements that we look at. And through that process, we were able to, before we started doing any upgrades on it, zero in on what the biggest problem was.
So you don't even guess what product you may want to install?
No, it starts out as 3D, we call it. Starts out with, the first D is the discovery. So we're going to listen to that customer. We want to zero in on what his complaint is. And at the same time, we're going to go out and see if there's anything that they may be unaware of. We're surprised at how many people are putting up with something just because they perhaps went to a dealer and the dealer said, well, they all drive that way.
Yeah, and they just got used to it.
That's it. And so while we do that discovery phase, we're just out gathering information. Then we measure the wheelbase in relation to overhang. We look at the front to rear weight distribution. Then we look at all 4 corner weights. We get underneath the vehicle, do a complete analysis of everything that's going on with that coach. And at that point in time, we're ready to start doing some second D diagnostics. We work it, and we're doing it. Then we'll come up with a diagnosis, and we can zero in on what's going to give them the biggest bang for the buck. And we're not just throwing parts at a vehicle. I don't like anybody to throw parts. I know you don't like people throwing parts at your motorhome.
Now, do you give them options? You say, okay, we can either add this product or this product, and based on economics or based on their lifestyle use of that particular motorhome, that you help them make a decision about what's best for that particular coach.
Absolutely, Gary. Thanks for bringing that up, because I tell people I can't spend your money for you, but I feel the most important thing I owe you is an accurate diagnosis. And I find out when a consumer is given all the right education, he can make a good decision, but he needs some good facts. We need to lay all the cards on the table.
And I'm sure that your clients really appreciate that, because it's all honest, based on facts. Here's the situation with your coach. Here's what we can do to help.
Absolutely, because it's an assessment. And so you don't have to do anything if you don't want. And there has been times when I said, really, for what you're trying to do with this vehicle, that's not going to work. And most of the time, if people like the floor plan and all that stuff is working good for them, it's got a good drivetrain in it, usually we can do a lot to make it handle good. Now, it might not turn out to be a 9 or a 10 if the numbers don't work out, but we're able to tell them that on the front side, so it's not like send them down the road, well, we hope that works.
Right, exactly. No more guesswork. You're doing some detailed diagnostics. Did we cover all 3 Ds?
Well, the third one is a delivery phase. So thanks for bringing that up, because at that point in time, the customer can now make an informed decision, and we'll go ahead and carry it out. And once that's done, we're going to hit the road again. We're going to drive it ourselves over the same bumps, the same corners, the same conditions at that same speed, or perhaps a little faster now. We're going to push it. And when we do that first, take it out, we're just like doing a stress test, an EKG on your motorhome. So we're going to push it a little bit. We're going to try to simulate a set maneuver, bad road conditions, or try to get next to a truck. Let that truck pass us.
So the assessment, how long does it actually take? I know everything's very specific, but as an average?
Average, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. We have a little further work to do.
So they can get some detailed information in a relatively short period of time that's going to solve a lot of their safety and handling issues, and obviously safety being primary when you're driving a big motorhome down the road, right?
Absolutely.
Now, how do people get a hold of you?
Well, you can go to hendersonslineup.com or supersteerparts.com. You can reach us that way.
Okay.
Or our phone number is 800-245-8309.
There you go, folks. Henderson's Lineup up in the Great Northwest. But it's about this new way of doing diagnostics that centers in specifically on your particular handling issue with your motorhome. It's something all serious RVers need to consider. Robert, thanks for talking to me about this. I'm excited about it. So folks, we'll continue here at the Family Reunion in Perry, Georgia.